we're here with Kamala Harris supporters, volunteers, all of you.
Volunteers.
And your names?
John.
Erica.
Kat.
And we're from Chicago.
Woo! Number one question is, why Kamala instead of the other candidates?
I mean, she just wants to work for working families. She has a 3 a.m. agenda. She really understands what keeps us up at night. That healthcare is a concern for us. And I'm just ready to put a woman in the White House.
Yes.
It's time.
Yes,
It's time. And also, I'm disabled. She's the only candidate of all of them who's bringing us to the table. She has a wonderful platform for people with disabilities, education, housing, employment, health care. I have not been included before in these conversations. She has us on her team and in her platform, and that is wonderful.
So that's a great answer policy-wise, and so you guys mentioned the fact that she's a woman is very helpful. It's time for a woman, and so obvious next question is, why her instead of, let's take both ends of the spectrum, Klobuchar or Warren?
Well, real quick here, let's be honest here. We have Warren and Harris are basically tied for the top spot of most progressive senators by ranking, if you look at their record. And two, the big thing that separates her from the rest of the field is executive experience with executive results on progressive issues and reforming systems that are both biased and discriminatory towards women, people of color, LGBTQ, all of that. So that's what she did, and that's what she brings to the table. And frankly, I find that her story, being a daughter of immigrants, of a mother who is Indian Tamil, a father who's Jamaican, and then having been a byproduct of integrating schools, that she is the affirmation of the American dream for a nation of immigrants. And two, she is a living, breathing repudiation of everything Trump represents, which is white supremacy. And white supremacy is a form of corruption. It is the corruption that is keeping everyone behind.
So you mentioned Warren and Kamala Harris are tied for most progressive senator. Sure, it depends on the ranking, but it doesn't really matter because they're up there.
Right.
If they're not,
Exactly.
right,
And there's
yeah.
very little separating most of our candidates. I mean, from Cory Booker, Biden, not Biden as much, but Bernie, Harris, Warren, they all have very progressive chops, and they just come about solving problems a different way. But what I really like about this large field of Democrats is that they all agree on science, and the fact that science should be dictating policy. So I can appreciate that, and I've never been more proud to be a Democrat to see this large field, and also to see 10 candidates debating at an LGBTQ forum. I'm as a gay American, 10 years ago I would never have thought that, so I'm very proud to be here today.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So given how close Harris and Warren are, so just you had to pick a candidate. I mean, I'm sure that there's a lot of candidates that would be great, certainly way better than Trump, but why Senator Harris over Senator Warren?
Listen, I made my choice when I saw Kamala Harris interviewing William Barr, interviewing in the Kavanaugh trials, and I saw how much she was able to shut those people down, shut their arguments down, and I could see that she could do that with Trump. She also just listens to people. So she had a Medicare for All platform, and after talking to Americans realized that there are some Americans, like union folks, who fought hard for the health insurance they have and want to keep that. So if you want to keep your insurance, you can. If you want to get into Medicare for All, you can under her policies. And I just love that about her. She listens to us and is able to change her her stance if she needs to for them.
All right, one last question, guys. This gets asked of the most progressive candidates all the time. I want to make sure everybody's, just get your point of view. Whether it's someone more on the right like Joe Biden or someone more on the left like Bernie Sanders, if they win the primary, are you guys all voting for them?
Yes!
Absolutely. We're all
Yes.
Democrats.
And
we'll be out
volunteering.
there every weekend
There are
for
children
them.
in cages, families being separated, the planet's burning, the ice caps are melting. This is not an election to sit out and be passive. No.
Kamala's done an incredible job of framing that. Every time we have policy differences at the debates, everything, she always brings it back to we have to beat Trump. We have to come together and
get
beat
the Senate back.
Trump. That's right. We have to get Congress back. We have to win. We can talk about all the minutia. But at the end of the day, we're Democrats and we're better than this. And what brings us together is more than what divides us.
I want to thank you guys for volunteering, for being part of the process, for advocating for the person you picked. I love it. And who doesn't love that? I don't know what it's called, but the thing above you, no, your head. What is that? Did you get that?
Mini Kamalas.
Mini Kamalas? Okay.
Better angels than us all.
She's my dead conscience. She's the angel watching over me.
All right, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, you too.
The TYT Plus app is now available on iOS and Android. Download to get more TYT content at tyt.com/app.